Hey everyone, just a quick update on migrating the auto unattended file for Windows on ARM. If you have seen my recent videos, I have migrated to Mac Mini M4, so that gave me ample opportunity to test out my Debloated script as well as the unattended script that I generated with the Sneakin's website. So I had few doubts that if it will work or not. So I had to debug for a couple of days to get everything working fine. So yeah, so I've also updated the GitHub repository to install Brave and View with ARM architecture based software. So if you use winget to install it, it should install the right architecture. So if you use the custom location and debloated Windows ISO that does not include Microsoft Edge and the Photos app. If you also use my ISO, the custom ISO, so it does come with Brave and View installed. So what I've done is I've just separated the x86 and AMD 64 into one file instead of having all the x86, AMD 64 and ARM 64 in a single file, because it was throwing some error, validation error, when the XML file is loaded onto Windows System Image Manager, which is part of Windows ADK. So what I've done is, after checking the PR, closed PR, where Sneakin himself said that due to ConX setup. So ConX setup, which is a new setup format, the installer file for ARM64 that is run by default on 24H2 and 25H2. So they required a different layout, and the registry entries and the scripts does not work. So I had to separate them out and the exact same thing. So if you have used my earlier script, just import it and then uncheck. So if you had three of them selected and if you want to install it on Windows on ARM, just unselect these two and just select Windows on ARM and then regenerate it or download it as the new, and everything should work fine. So I'll just give you a demo. I'll be using VMware Fusion. So yeah, do keep the password stored in a notepad or something so that you don't lose access to the TPM. So before that, just tweak few of the settings. Since this is based on the unified memory, you can actually decrease the memory required for display, and just disconnect from the internet if you want. Anyway, I've just disabled. I'll just keep it connected so that you can see that I've disabled the cloud download. Now I'll just start it up. So I'll speed up the video so that you don't have to go through half an hour of my monologue. I'll just skip things and speed it up. So the exact reason why I reduced the graphics memory that is allocated to VMware is to reduce the thrashing or page file usage. So you'll still notice that there is swap usage now, so I can't entirely skip it. So the installation is almost done, so let me just wait for it to automatically restart. So now every system script should start working now. So if you have noticed, even with the internet connected, we didn't see any cloud-based download. So it's just installing all the system scripts what I've added. So it'll also install a NetFX 3.5 as well from the current ISO. This is a script provided by Sneakin himself. I've just adapted it to my usage. It is done. So let's see. I'll just set it up with United States and proceed with the default install. So do add a password. So if you're trying it on a VM, it's fine. So on a physical device, I actually recommend adding a password, a strong one. So as you can see, rest of the scripts are running, so including the browser, custom browser, that is Brave, and Advanced View is also being installed. You'll see the start menu will now change. So these scripts are run as administrator, so it's finalizing the things. So the network connectivity will not be activated, so unless you install the VMware tool. So let me just go to this PC now. As you can see from the standard install, so it uses only 10 to 12 GB. So as you can see, FRMU ARM version is also installed. Now let's and then install VMware tools. I'll go with the typical install. So you'll see that Edge is no longer installed. There is no Microsoft folder here. So everything was done using my script. So if you have seen the earlier videos on how to remove Edge and Webview directly from the ISO, so you can't remove it once everything is installed, as it is a system component, and removing it will stop updates. But you can remove it from the ISO or use the EU's script. I think the EU regional JSON setting or configuration that allows you to uninstall Edge. So I also included that in the unattended file as well. So only few of the things are included. Install apps, you'll see that only very few items are installed. It is almost similar to older Windows 11 install, that is similar to Windows 11 23H2 or 22H2. So let's restart it, and let's connect it to the internet. As you can see, you can connect it to the internet. So the things that I do actually, so if I can find some script that can do this as well, I'll update the unattended script as well. So if you have any suggestions, do let me know so that I can include that in the unattended script, as well as go to a random site. So you will notice that things are blurry. So this is because of the if you see here, everything is very clear and using the full screen. So my screen is 1080p 120. So let's see if it did detect it. No, it's still 60. So as you can see, Windows update and everything is paused by default. So unless you resume it, you won't be notified. It won't bug you to update Windows each and every time. So let me just check the memory usage. Just using 2 gigabytes, very less activity and very less processes, as well as the utilization. More power available for your apps than running the AI things in the background. So this is running on Mac Mini. So there is nothing being emulated, so it's running on full power. So this is the main thing what I've noticed. I mean, process count is very less compared to the x86 and AMD 64. That is it for this video. So thanks for watching. Bye.